these are the 7 essential skills that you need to learn to properly start vibe coding, especially if you're non-technical. I've done more than 3,400 hours of vibe coding, and now I work with 7- and 8-figure businesses, helping them with different AI and software development projects. And I'm telling you, these are really the 7 essential skills that you need. I divided them in 2 parts. The first one is going to be related to knowing a little bit about software and computers and websites, basically. So first of all, you need to control your software. You need to use version control, learn GitHub or Git to actually keep your code organized and safe. If you mess it up, you can use Git to go back and be in a state that you haven't messed up. Also, it's a good way of keeping your code in the cloud and safe. Number 1, version control. Number 2, you need to understand the very, very basics of how websites work. This could be a little bit intimidating, okay, yes, but it's not that bad. You just need to learn the overviews, like the front end, the back end, and the database. These 3 elements and the API calls that make the connections between them are like the super basic thing. So you can go to ChatGPT or Gemini and ask it to be your teacher and learn this in like a 10-minute conversation. Really, it's that simple. You can even learn it by looking at this graphic. Next one, smelling AI BS. So this comes together with understanding how websites work. So once you get to understand the systems a little bit better and the architecture, you'll be able to smell when AI makes a very, very bad decision. This is where engineers like me have a little bit of an edge, to be honest, but with time, you'll be able to learn this as well. So, AI is a powerful tool, yes, but it's not super intelligence yet. So you need to be able to spot this out and save you tens and tens or hundreds of hours of work by spotting them in time. Now, the second part of the learnings, okay, so those 3 were about software and a little bit of, computer science kind of learnings. The next learnings are going to be specifically about AI and how you handle conversations with them. So first one is going to be being articulate. You need to use precise language, concise language, and get to the point with AI. For example, here, this is a very, very good example. You could say, make this button pop when I hover over it. Or you could say, increase the size by 15% and change the color to red or whatever. So the clearer you are and the more articulate that you become, the better AI is going to work and it's going to do exactly what you think. So this is the hardest part, and this is the thing that takes the most amount of time when you're vibe coding. It's translating from ideas to language. So this is the biggest learning, the biggest lesson that you need. Then a very quick win that you can get with AI is first doing a plan of what you want to build or change, and then executing on a plan. So now most of the coding tools, they do this actually without you having to specify it. But it's about first writing down what you want to do exactly in a document with help of AI. So AI looks at the code, listens to your queries and so on, and you together discuss about the plan and create like a markdown document of like everything that needs to be changed exactly. Then you probably reset the conversation and ask AI again to execute that plan step by step. And this is basically how engineering works actually. You first create a plan, you think about how you're going to build a house, and then you actually build it following that plan. So it's the same with software. First plan, then execute. Another very quick win that you can get is using voice input. So there are these programs called whisper typing or whisper flow, I think. They allow you to talk to AI instead of having to type everything. It seems like a small thing, but it's actually bigger than it seems because it makes you less lazy. It makes you explain things in a lot more detail and be a lot more articulate, because when you're typing, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say this little detail because it doesn't really matter, right? But when you're talking, you don't think that, because talking is a lot easier and a lot quicker. So it makes AI just a lot better because you're giving better context. So just take this easy win and just apply it. And finally, the last thing before the bonus is going to be how to debug with AI. So I have other videos explaining and going deeper in this, but first thing that you want to do is ask AI to write logs. You execute the program again and copy paste the logs again. So because that gives AI very good context. Second thing is probably resetting the conversation. So you clear all the chat history and you start from zero, because this clears the mind to AI, because when the context is very long, it kind of gets lost in the context. Third thing is asking another AI. I think that Cursor has a feature to ask two AIs in parallel. So that's very good, because you get it's like asking another person. So you get a different point of view. If you're very stuck, you can try this, and instead of Claude Sonnet 4.5, you ask GPT-5 or something, and it could solve your issue actually. And if you're still stuck, I always recommend to clear your actual brain context and take a break, take a walk, go to the beach as I'm here, and it will clear your mind, it will clear your context, and it will reset you, and it will be a lot more productive when you come back. Okay, and now finally, the bonus tips, which are related to understanding the nature of AI. The first one is understanding that AI is a yes man. It will always say yes to whatever you say. It will always keep going on the path that you're working on. So if you use these little phrases on the prompts, it will help you a lot. Suddenly your AI assistant will get a lot smarter. If you say, I have no idea, please be critical, be objective with this, it will really help you. The other one is avoiding overcomplication. AI will always try to add more stuff, and you will end up creating this kind of exhaust kind of application with everything and a lot of buttons, a lot of useless features, and so on. You need to work against that, and you need to always try to make things simpler and simpler and simpler. And, focus on a few details and make those few details be as perfect as possible. So you still need to be obsessed about quality, but just in the few things that you're working on. And please always go against AI when it tries to overcomplicate stuff, because I see a lot of UIs out there that have 10,000 buttons that are useless, and a lot of little texts below the buttons and everything. I hate that, really. Just please make simple stuff and make them high quality, and use AI to do that and avoid AI overcomplication. So yeah, those are all the tips. Thanks for listening. If you want help with coding something, or you want me to help you make some good decisions with these kind of things on how to use AI, implementing AI in your business or wherever, we're open to getting some clients. So check the link in the description, and yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.